In the wrestling ring, a highly anticipated match takes place between Roddy Piper and Greg Valentine. Their intense rivalry has been heating up all summer. Valentine's aggressive tactics have caused Piper to lose a significant amount of his hearing. Both competitors are chained together with a dog collar and a foot chain, adding to the intense atmosphere. The match is also for the U.S. title. Piper, known for his boxing background, starts by pulling back the chain, testing the strength of their necks. They struggle to make their way to the center of the ring, using the chain like a tug rope. Piper strikes Valentine with a whip of the chain, and the commentator enthusiastically announces the score. However, in the world of wrestling, there are no actual points. Despite initial doubts about the match being for the title, it is eventually confirmed that it is not. They continue to fight fiercely, unable to separate due to the chain keeping them locked in. Piper showcases his skills by using the chain aggressively, hitting Valentine in sensitive areas. The referee closely watches the match, recognizing the performer's talent for selling their moves convincingly. Piper wraps the chain around the post, trapping Valentine and causing him to bleed. The crowd's excitement is evident. As the match progresses, Piper contemplates hanging Valentine with the chain. The commentator humorously remarks on the announcer's fixation with thoughts of a Thanksgiving feast. Who in their right mind would save leftovers for this fool? Just like in the world of wrestling, he's probably clueless in the kitchen. It's sad that this guy lives so close to me I can practically smell the turkey, yet I'm not allowed to go home. I just wanted a simple life, like Al Bundy, chasing my dream of covering important sports games. But no, I had to be stuck with you and these fans, and I hate my life today. The beating continues as Greg strikes Piper's ear with the chain, relentlessly pounding his head into the floor. They crash into the post, leaving Piper disoriented and bleeding from his ear. Despite trying to defend himself, Piper is tossed into some chairs on the outside. Greg yanks him back in the ring, delivering a crushing blow to his injured ear. It's clear that Piper is in serious trouble. Piper musters all his strength and takes a swing at Greg, but it's expertly dodged. The action is intense and the selling is top-notch, but the hot rod refuses to back down. Greg sets up a suplex, but Piper jabs him in the ribs with the chain, causing him to stagger on the ropes. Manages to drop an elbow on us for the cover, but only gets a 2 count. Oh! There we go. The crowd erupts as Piper kicks out. Did I mention Piper corners Valentine and lays into him with some powerful punches? Yeah, it seems like Piper is channeling his boxing hero and giving it his all. But here's the best part. Piper rallies. And Bob Caudle, the ever-observant announcer, mentions how Piper is defending himself against Valentine's attacks. Caudle, open your eyes. Unless you're too busy staring at the newspaper's front cover featuring a delectable roast turkey. Is Jim Crockett the Grinch who stole your Thanksgiving dinner, leaving you useless as the broadcast host? Meanwhile, I'd rather keep his wife up and in misery, just like he's making me suffer until he arrives at exactly 12:30 a.m. so they can watch. All Caudle wants is a few days off and some leftovers. Piper charges towards the canvas, lunging at Greg and initiating a wild assault of punches and kicks. The crowd erupts in excitement as Piper showcases an impressive comeback, igniting a frenzy of energy. Piper becomes animated, his movements almost spasmodic as he detects blood in his own ear, fueling his aggressive swings. Piper seizes the opportunity and delivers a brutal chain shot to the back of Greg's head. While Greg falls to his knees and attempts to shield himself, Piper mercilessly pummels him, inflicting intense pain. Standing at the corner, his ear touched, Piper exudes an unhinged presence. Displaying astonishing resilience, Greg rises and retaliates. However, Piper refuses to be pinned, showcasing relentless determination. Engaging in a fierce struggle, Piper lifts and slams Valentine with his own signature move, leaving both competitors bloodied and battered. It is at this point that I realize the incredible endurance displayed in continuously milking a suplex move for such a prolonged period. It seems more like a battle for supremacy, as if each wrestler is fighting for the opportunity to elevate the other through their moves. However, in a dog collar match like this, practical wrestling takes a back seat. The intensity escalates as they exchange blow after blow. Greg applies a sleeper hold, and Piper's hand drops twice, suggesting potential defeat. Yet, against all odds, Piper summons inner strength, refusing to stay down. He slowly wraps the chain around his hand as if drawing power from its metallic presence. Piper's hand drops twice more, but in a desperate and instinctive act, he blindly swings the chain over his own head, striking Valentine and breaking free from the hold. Taking advantage of a momentary vulnerability, Greg ascends the middle ropes for an elbow strike, only to be countered by Piper, who pulls him down in an attempt to deliver a chain-powered blow. With precision, he proceeds to envelop Greg with the chain, effectively rendering him immobile. This could be compared to a hog-tying situation, as our protagonist skillfully restrains his opponent. Ingeniously, he wraps the chain around the back of Valentine's knees, securing a tight cover and ultimately emerging victorious after a grueling 16 minutes and 8 seconds. Roddy Piper, also known as Roddy Piper, valiantly defeats his rival Greg Valentine, establishing himself as the undeniable star of the match. The crowd's jubilation is infectious as wrestlers come together to hoist Piper onto their shoulders, celebrating his triumphant achievement. However, amidst the fanfare, there is a disturbance occurring within the ring, unfortunately overshadowed by the ongoing commentary. The crowd's excitement intensifies, their passionate voices blending into an indiscernible cacophony. Nevertheless, amidst the chaos, one can hear the shrill cries of women and witness the relentless attack on the referee, who shows admirable resilience against Valentine's onslaught. Rising promptly from the fall, he valiantly intervenes to prevent Piper from being brutally strangled by his opponent. This particular match in the annals of NWA has achieved legendary status. Piper, who had recently assumed a heroic role after rescuing myself from a brutal assault by Don Morocco, had already experienced the highs and lows of capturing and relinquishing the U.S. title. It's worth noting that Piper's initial victory for the U.S. title came at the expense of Ric Flair, followed by his second triumph against Greg Valentine. Interestingly, Piper's first win not only secured him the U.S. title, but also established him as the inaugural NWA Undisputed U.S. Champion, as the San Francisco territory, which held the other U.S. title, ceased operations during his reign. However, his second U.S. title reign came to an end 7 months before the climactic showdown I'm referring to, as Valentine emerged victorious in their ongoing rivalry. For the fans, this highly anticipated match offered a gratifying resolution to their intense feud.